Okay, hi, hello everyone. This video being up means that I'm officially 26. Um, and yeah, I never thought about this age, if I'm being honest. I was extremely focused from 16 to 23 about this 23 age. You know, being 23 years old, I thought that I would be rich, and I thought by that 25 I would have sold everything, which means, being rich. But further than that will be like every struggle that I have will be dealt with. I'll be living abroad, and I'll have a wife or girlfriend, at least soon to be wife. And that life will be easy. It will be like 25 and on, not really thinking about what's coming, more about enjoying it. And the reality is that today I'm 26, and although the scenery is beautiful, I'm still stuck in the city that I tried to live for the past decade. A decade ago, I had a change in mind. I completely revamped who I was, and I grew out of my shy shell and become someone else, someone with ambitions, goals. I used to think that I want or that I will end up as a homeless man when I was younger, and at 16, none of that was true anymore. I really believe that by 23 or around those ages, I will live abroad, especially in America, North America. And yeah, I will have everything dealt with. And look at me, 26, still trapped here. But, it's not all doom and gloom. There is this view first. And also there is, the knowledge, like at least I know why I failed. It's because I wasn't myself, if I'm being honest. I deeply struggle in my house to be myself. And when I'm not myself, I'm not able to move forward. That's why I've been struggling to find a job. That's why I've been struggling to make those videos. That's why I've been struggling at all on everything. It's because I'm not aligned with myself. This realization of misalignment, I hope to work on it this year. And that's why I'm making this video. This should be the fourth installment of such videos. I had this idea 3 years ago. Three. So 23, 24, 25th video. A birthday video should have been shot. But they were never published. And now they are lost. Because if I'm being honest, each year I reflect on where I'm at. I'm disappointed. That's the word that come up that define most of those years. It's disappointment. So this year I asked myself a few questions, and hopefully the next few years I will answer the same questions. Perhaps it will change a little bit. I will have better questions. But for now, that's what I have. How am I doing? If you take right now, I'll say it's a so-so plus. I'm okay. I'm happy because of the view, me being able to record. I shot another video earlier, and once again, I felt like for the first time in perhaps a month since I last shot a video, I felt alive. I felt like I was able to breathe for once. I didn't have to hold my breath, and that was an amazing feeling. And each time I'm able to record a video, I'm reminded like, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I deny myself so much of that I enjoy to do, which is making videos, streaming, things like that. So right now, I feel so plus. You can even say good, but overall, it's a mix of bitterness and disappointment. Those are the main emotions because I'm still stuck. I make no progress on what matters to me, and I still deny myself doing those things because I feel a sense of shame doing those online videos for some reason. When it's, with other people. When it's by myself, I actually enjoy myself very much. So yeah. Alright, if I were to describe myself within 5 words, I'll try not to describe them too much. There is Prince, gaming, optimism, goofy, and digital art. I think those are a weird combo, and that does perhaps don't represent much, but that's the word that comes to my mind when I think about myself. Oh, the best memory the past year is for sure being in the United States of America. I went there for a week. It was very costly, and it was exactly a year ago, and I absolutely loved it. It was not perfect, but it was such a great experience. Chicago, I love Chicago, man. It was freezing my ass off. Oh my god, I was underclothed compared to what I was supposed to have for such a cold weather. I wasn't ready for that. It was rough sometimes, but man, I really loved it, and nothing brings such joy as when I first heard those two women on the sidewalk talking plain American English. I was delighted. That's what I've dreamt of for so long, and I felt like I was, part of the dream that I always had. So now for me, the goal is to be able to go back, but for longer. The area on which I made the most progress this year, although it's not perfect, I'll say it's like self-love. So following this idea of integrity, I'm trying hard to be nicer to myself. A few years ago when I was traveling, I remember distinctly that two people that did not know each other, that never met, told me that I was too harsh on myself. And I knew them for only a few weeks. And if they were able to say what I've already heard a few times before, I realized that perhaps it was too obvious. So if it's too obvious, it needs to be addressed. And not in a way of hiding it, but fixing it. So yeah, I feel like being kinder to myself. It's not perfect. There's still a lot of hate, anger, all those not so nice emotions, but still we are making progress. This year, what I hope to accomplish, well, two things, I guess. First, being able to leave my parent house, find a job, all those things. I mean, I can do with shitty jobs. I can easily find one and get my apartment and stuff like that. But that's my issue. I don't like easy things. I don't like common things. And I cannot, although I'm suffering from my current situation because I cannot be myself in my house, I cannot resign myself to such low standards. I cannot. Perhaps it's wrong. I would love to hear other perspective on that, but I've spent enough time cleaning toilets and doing shitty jobs and hating for years the places I used to be, that I cannot go back to such places. But what I hope to accomplish, sorry, I got sidetracked, but what I hope to accomplish is basically become a better version of myself, in a sense that I find a job. Perhaps I'm able to start and find people to work with in freelance. That will be great. And yeah, I won't say find a girlfriend because that feels weird to put it as a goal, but open myself more for love, from exterior love, I'll say. I realized that although I follow a somewhat strict sense of rules that I've set up for myself for everything romantic, I want to open up a little bit more on this side. I think it's important, and that's, it's been easy to be only relying on myself, but how is it, how does it feel when you can have someone else to help you and you can help them, so on and so forth. Of course my iPhone will struggle at some point and cut the recording without notifying me, but that's alright. We try to stay zen and continue through the struggles. So let's get back into it. The word this year, or the word that defined this year, is of course integrity, so self-integrity. I really want to take what I learned from the last year, or what I discovered, should I say, last year, and try to, I don't like this word, but fix it this year. This problem of self-reliance. Can I trust myself for now? Not really, I have many ideas, I face things, I think about things, but I hardly act on them. And I do not believe it's a lack of courage or not being brave enough. I believe it's simply I do not trust myself enough to be able to carry such acts, to follow up my words. So that will be the main point on which I will be working on this year. So the favorite game of this year in Start to Reign is KOTOR 1, a Knight of the Old Republic 1. I played it very late in this year, late November, I believe. December. I still haven't finished it yet because I take my sweet time with it. But I enjoy it so much. It's such a game, such a beautiful game that made me realize how much I lack presence and the ability to enjoy things being in them. There is no useless compass that tell you where the next quest is, what to do. No, you have to listen to what the characters are saying. You have to follow the story actively, proactively, will I say. You aren't dragged through the game. Nowadays games are just like to-do list that you have to do, and that's about it. You always have someone by holding your hand and taking you to the next quest and whatever. Here, none of that, and I love it so much. It made me realize how much I lost in ability to be present, to be there, to feel things, to follow a story, not to be remembered about what happened 2 hours ago. And for that reason, I really recommend you playing old game. This one was released in 2003, and it created in me a sense of peace, calmness, and enjoyment that is extremely rare. Oh my god, can you feel the passion in this game? It's so lively. It's a true video game, if I can say so. And for me, who struggled to enjoy video games for the past few years, because all I play, not all, but most of what I play is competitive games. It's more about frustration, anger, and things like that. I never thought I could feel this sense of peace and enjoyment once again. And I really had childish eye when I played this game, in a sense that it wasn't about finishing this game. It wasn't about finishing this quest. It was about enjoying it, just playing it for the love of it, and that's beautiful. Last part, yeah. This question. Well, the love life this year was pretty much non-existent. I thought about her for a good 6 months, I believe. She was on my mind for roughly 6 months. But because, and I believe in a sense I wanted to feel something like that. I've never felt such things. So I wanted it to last as long as I could, in a sense. The sky is beautiful. I don't know if on the camera you see the same thing, but that sure makes me hopeful about the future. Anyway, yeah, I thought about her a lot. And then I don't know, at some point it disappeared. I didn't even realize. And now it's nothing. I don't think I can say I've been a good friend last year. I was very distant. I fell once again for the trap of isolating myself. But toward the end of the year, I become more involved. Not perfect, there are some misses, but I try to send more messages, try to reach out a little bit, help when I can. But yeah, I was hidden in shame. So I won't say I was a bad friend, but I won't say that I was a good friend either. I was one in distress. Not distress, that's a bit extreme word, but like I wasn't in a good situation. Well, the reason for me not to be satisfied still is simple. I'm still here. A decade has passed by. A decade since when I decided that I'll be gone soon. Soon I'll be my own man. I will live my own life. I will be successful in whatever I do. I'll become better, stronger. And 10 years later, I'm recording this video, and I'm still struggling to find a job, to find my way out. And I'm 26, and I never thought about this age, so I truly believe that I will, naively, not really truly, but perhaps naively, believe that I will make it by this age. But no, I didn't. But if we can try to stay positive, I remember, well, a few months, more than a few months ago, but I can't say a couple of years, is there? It's like 18 months, something like that. I looked in the sky and I was talking about like signs, how you can create your own signs and, make the life easier to live. It's what religion is about also. Not criticizing or endorsing such things, you do your own things. But there is this extremely bright, I don't know if you can see it on camera, extremely bright ray of light coming out behind the dark gray clouds, which, you know, I like to see it as what will happen this year. It's very unrealistic and very biased toward myself, but I believe, you know, that this can be a sign. Behind the great dark clouds there is a blue and orange / yellow world of greatness. That sounds very, very weird, like I'm a crystal guy or things like that. But you know, it's in this video that I talked about, I made my own sign. I saw a plane when I was talking about going abroad. Not a plane, 3 actually. 3 planes. I was in the middle of nowhere. And I truly believe that this was my sign, that yes, I will go abroad. And I went abroad. So, you know, I can continue this way. I haven't lost my grip with reality. Not yet, at least. But I like to, you know, create things like that. And now the rays are even stronger and more beautiful. So yeah, I think this year will be great. At least I hope. And I will try to make it so. You know, it's not about, oh, what will the universe give me? It's what can I take from it also. The more you take, the more it gives you. And I'm not saying take in a negative way. Anyways, that was long. Thank you for listening to that. And thank you myself for still having hope, you know, not giving up. I mean, I don't think we are very able to give up, sadly. You know, perhaps it will be easier if so, but for now, yeah, I got my eyes on the bright side. Damn, it's marvelous. Like, wow, I can see the rain and the shadows. Oh my god.